All right, now let's take this time to talk about a topic that's near and dear to all three of our hearts. As you can see, the black and gold is in full effect tonight as we mourn for our brother. Stuart Scott passed away at the age of 49 last Sunday after his long fight with cancer. Marvin, your thoughts on Bro Scott, or Deron, sorry, passing on to Omega Chapter then?
Stuart Scott was one of my favorite announcers. He's who got me into sports and got me into Sports Center. Whether it was him and Rich Eisen, him and Scott Van Pelt, you know, he brought basically our ethnicity, our flavor, our flair to sports and let it be okay for us to be who we are on the sports field. And he gave us a voice. He really did give us a voice out there in a time where it's predominantly, you know, white males. And I don't think there's going to be anybody else that can do what he did or duplicate it. So, you know, rest in peace in Omega Chapter.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When I had to sit down and think about what Stuart Scott meant, it's interesting to see the impact that he had, not just amongst sports, but amongst everybody. When I was reading my timeline and actors, the President of the United States, North Carolina, was paying their respects to a man that trailblazed. I remember a funny story where he was talking to Rich Eisen, and he had made a Seinfeld reference, and he had told him, and black people don't watch Seinfeld, which is the truth, you know, because we didn't, but it was somebody that we can look to on TV and say, man, he's saying the same things that we're saying right now, and I can be that person that is like that. And you know, with him passing on to Omega Chapter, you think about, you know, what he stood for. You know, first of all, the first person really trailblazed within sports broadcasting and different things of that nature. Service of all. He was always a person, from reading reports and listening to people, that was always willing to give out his time, give out advice to different things of that nature, and you know, spend time with people. Trendsetter. We shall transcend all. There's nothing more that you can say about Stuart Scott that's not a trendsetter, that transcended sports talk forever. Now you have people using his lyrics. Booyah. Cooler than the other side of the pillow.
My favorite.
Yep. You know, different things of that nature, and it's just sad to see him go.
Yeah.
Sad to see him go.
Absolutely, huge loss. I mean, I know me personally, especially in my quest to find alpha. They say who are some prominent members that you know of. You know, obviously Dr. Martin Luther King is thrown out there. Someone I threw out knowing that journalism was something I was passionate about. Stuart Scott. When I finally got cable, I would watch him and I would think to myself, like, oh my God, this man's doing exactly what I want to do. He looks just like me. He's in the fraternity that I have aspirations to be a part of. And I keep thinking to myself, man, I can't wait to meet him someday. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen, and it hurts my soul. But I mean, first of all, thank you. And you talk about what else can be said. I mean, we've heard the testimonies. There's not much negative you can say about this man. He was just good all around, a great father. I remember I tweeted him once. I woke up the next morning. He had responded. I hit him with the 1119. He hit me back with the 06. You know, always repping the frat. Just a great brand man. And again, remember that speech at the ESPYs. I mean, who didn't really feel that? And so,
Absolutely.
You know, it's unfortunate that, you know, as we said 3 weeks ago, we won't be able to meet Stuart Scott. But man, the legacy he leaves behind cannot be touched.
It'll be nobody else like him.
No.
And he's one of a kind. He's definitely there's nobody that can fill a void like that.
No.
You know, it's such a big void that, you know, Sports Center is not going to be the same.
Mm-mm.
You know, the fun atmosphere that was brought to it's not going to be the same moving forward.
Just like Scott Van Pelt said, I mean, in working with you gentlemen, it's the same way. You throw it up, somebody's going to catch it and put it down for you. And Scott Van Pelt put it the best. He was like, you know, I throw it up, and I always knew Stuart would dunk it for me and put it in. So, you know, that's my thoughts.
moments of silence before an NFL game, moments of silence before an NBA game. Not only do the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated mourn for you, all of UNC mourns for you, the nation mourns for you, Stuart Scott. We're going to miss you, but thank you so much for everything that you've given us. Rest in peace, bro. 06.
06.
06.